Think about the last time you spent hours building productivity spreadsheets and downloading apps just to avoid taking 10 minutes to clear your desk. That paralysis happens because we operate inside a cramped box of unconscious habits. We cruise on autopilot, reacting to daily friction by retreating into our heads. Over time, we develop an internal robot. Instead of making active choices, this robot deploys pre-programmed behaviors, like automatic anger, cold emotional withdrawal, or a quick list of excuses. Whenever things get difficult, the actual barrier keeping us stuck is rarely a lack of skill. It is this automated machinery shielding us from the discomfort of lived reality. And here is where intelligence becomes a liability. The smarter you are, the better you become at building elegant defenses to justify those flaws. This defense mechanism is called cognitive armor. It's the practice of using complex philosophy and systems thinking to describe the walls of your prison in Latin, rather than doing the simple work of walking out the door. This diagram illustrates the freedom ladder, a psychological tool designed to pull you out of that cramped, dark box of habitual reactions. The first rung of this climb asks for absolutely zero intellect. It demands only the courage to drop the act, look at your life, and admit out loud, "I don't know." True strength requires stripping off that polished intellectual armor so you can finally observe the world exactly as it is. Drawing a brutal, honest map of your current reality means moving your attention out of your headspace, the interior library of theories, and into real space, the kitchen of literal chores and bills. This panel shows how we build that map through a 168-hour audit. You categorize every single hour of your week into 6 distinct buckets, documenting the actual physical nodes of your current existence. See the required mindset shift here. Shatter monolithic identity labels and replace them with concrete verbs like I read or I write. If these verbs only account for 100 of your 168 weekly hours, you must find where time leaks. You cannot philosophize missing hours away. Stripping away your chosen identity leaves you with the undeniable mathematical truth of how you actually spend your existence. But as you try to write this list, your brain will fight back. This graphic highlights the Trickster, an internal defense mechanism that tries to turn a simple inventory into a complex philosophical thesis. The Trickster wants you to obsess over the why of your behavior, so you never have to confront the embarrassing what. The latter demands strict obedience here. Your inventory must be boring, be strictly literal, and completely unreframable. This reality anchor panel shows the ultimate unreframable truth. You did the dishes, you felt annoyed, you did them anyway. No grand narrative attached. Standing naked and shivering in front of the boring literal facts of your own chores is not a system error. That discomfort is the definition of true awareness. Once your literal map is drawn, you hit a steep transition. This diagram shows the bridge moving from intellectual mapping into a deep valley known as the injury stage. Without this drop, pure awareness becomes a trap. You can end up understanding your behavioral patterns so perfectly that you use that deep insight as an excuse to never change them. The anatomy of the injury stage forces your 168-hour map to land emotionally. You must specify the precise relational wounds your robotic patterns have inflicted on the people around you. Registering this damage creates a visceral discomfort in your gut and your chest. It functions as a necessary moral update for your nervous system. Abstract observation transforms into a heavy, embodied urgency to repair the damage you have caused. So, how do we ultimately escape the trap of our own brilliant intelligence? As this final diagram illustrates, the answer is to chop wood and carry water. True awareness is never found in the explanation of the inventory. It exists strictly in the doing. Recovery means picking up the sponge, stepping out of the theoretical library, and owning your physical reality. Freedom does not wait at the top of an elegant intellectual framework. It is found by climbing down into the messy, boring, literal responsibilities of your own life.